Hey there, everyone, and welcome to the nichebot live call-in show. This is the show where you get the intervention you need to blow right past those obstacles that stand in your way. I am your host, Jim Morris, and I want to welcome you to the show. And real quickly, why I created the Gold and Platinum, this show for the Gold and Platinum users, and that is real quickly, it's to get some immediate help to blow past those obstacles and have breakthroughs now. But it's also because a lot of people just blow right past that quick start guide. And the content here is customized towards you every week, so it answers the questions you need. And also, like I said before, it's about having clarity and breakthroughs. I was stuck myself for 4 years until I got my own breakthrough, and it shouldn't have taken that long, and I don't want it to take that long for you either. The other thing is, breakthroughs come with repeated exposure to techniques that work. And what I mean by that is when you have a trusted person that will give you the answers you need for techniques that work today and get results, it's not going to get you results right away. So you have to do it sometimes 10, 15, 20 times for it to finally work for you. It's easy when an expert's doing it, but when you're doing it, it does take making some distinctions, and that only happens when you do it over and over a few times. And that's the important part, is you're going to have some perseverance here. And there is going to be a replay of this show over in the live show directory. You can find that right within your members dashboard when you log in. And real quickly, my epiphany came back in 2004 when I realized the power of backlinks, and that is getting a link to your site from an outside a source outside your own website, because it's a signal to Google that your website is popular on a particular topic or keyword. And it's really important to use that keyword phrase in your hyperlink that's outside. Obviously, you're going to have to control that, that anchor text, as we call it, which is that keyword phrase that is highlighted as the hyperlink. And you can control it. Otherwise, when some people just make references to you, sometimes they don't use the right keywords that you want to be ranked for. So there are ways for you to control it, and that's through getting backlinks to your site, writing articles, distributing content, that so on and so forth. Now, nichebot used reciprocal linking at first back in 2004, which was popular, 2004, 2005. To get backlinks to nichebot and other sites that we operate. But you should find whatever style of inbound links suits you best. There are different ways to do it. Forum posting, blog commenting, article marketing, distributing software, which you can distribute software even if you're not a software distributor. But there's a number of different ways. So getting inbound links real quickly always is going to trump content on your page, because you can only get so many points for optimizing your content on your page. Once you're maxed out, you have to, in order to break that ceiling that you're up against, you have to get backlinks. That's where backlinks come in. And if you're at a loss for what I'm talking about with what backlinking is or getting backlinks, just type Link Building Strategies 2011 or 2012 or 2013 into Google for additional ways, depending on what year you're listening to this recording. And as you can hear, I've got a guest here in the background, and this show is about getting clarity and breakthroughs. And while we are going to be taking some questions, perhaps towards the end of the show, we're going to be talking about, we have a special guest here, and we're going to be doing basically a live case study. And I believe wholeheartedly that it is only through showing real live examples and doing an analytical breakdown of what's going on with somebody else's site do we actually make distinctions that we can apply to our own website. the best way to learn. Rather than just sitting there and talking about theory, I think it's best to do it in action. So you could get, I think it's really important to get inside the thinking behind why some decisions are made with a website. And, okay, so here with us in the studio is Zach Hummell. Yeah, no, you were live, dude.
I was live.
Yeah, you're live sipping on the coffee secret, man.
My coffee secret.
I don't know what's going on with you, man. But listen, no laxing here. We've got hardcore work to do. We've got 48 minutes to pump this out. And let's get straight into it. And just a review of what we did last week, we had gone through and talked about the whole psychology of the sales process. Mm-hmm. And we talked about the fact that people go to connect with websites. Mm-hmm. Actually not. So you're nodding your head yes. No, it should be no. No, they go to connect with people.
You know what? I'll tell you why I was nodding my head and agreeing was because I was thinking of my website as a person.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Okay. That's perfect. Because
I'm sorry.
So yeah, people want it to be a human experience.
Right.
They don't want to connect with a website. It's very cold. They don't want to connect with a company.
Right. Which is why the first part of my homework assignment was to pick that real person.
Who's going to be the personal representative?
It is I.
Well, I'm glad to meet your acquaintance. Zach
Alden.
Zach Alden?
Zach Alden.
Which is your stage name?
Yes.
Excellent.
Co-founder and managing partner.
Okay. But you could just, you could say co-founder. Don't need to put in the the managing partner.
Is that overkill?
That's
only
I just
because
put it on there. It doesn't matter. Co-founder is great. They know that you're part of the creation.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Because it's a team effort.
Exactly.
It really is.
Right. And so we
talked about... I do everything.
Right.
No, I'm joking.
We talked about the fact that, people connect with people. They want to connect with people on a website. They don't go to connect with the website. So we got that taken care of. We talked about profiling your customer.
Right.
And basically finding who is your perfect candidate, because that gets you talking directly to that person,
which is
in majority.
Right. Which is, it was great reading the article that you sent me the link to. Uh-huh. Because right away what popped into my head is this woman that she's very active in the kinder school that my daughter's going to go to.
Right.
And, she's it's not just a PTA. I call it the parent mafia. Because they have taken the school, they were about to close the school down, and these parents came in, and they not only created a kinder class,
right,
by asking one parent. There was one parent that was going to move, and they needed one more student. They convinced this parent not to leave. They said, "Please stay one more year," so that the, LA Unified School District will recognize this as a kindergarten class. Mm-hmm. And so they basically took this school over, and they get the parents all amped, and they collect enough money a year that we have teacher assistants that have Harvard degrees helping there. Yeah. Nice. So, and this is all money raised by the parents. Uh-huh. And I was thinking, this is my perfect parent. The parent that's involved completely, not only in their child's lives, but every other child's life. They want to spread the education because there is a fundamental belief that these kids will be running our country one day,
right?
Or running the world,
right?
And so it was pretty easy after I honed in on her to come up with my profile. So
Gotcha. And you saw me sort of like staring off that way.
I did. Yeah.
And when I do that, I'm usually starting to begin to visualize, and I'm starting to I start getting like, I tap into that, the ether out there, the energy of who that person is you're
start
talking
seeing
about.
A picture of that person.
Well, not only that, one of the things is this person you're talking about not only becomes your best customer, but they become almost like a viral funnel, a viral outlet.
Right.
To infecting everybody with your message.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
Right. So that's awesome. We talked about the ideal customer, which we just went over, and then we also talked about, besides going through really well, I think it was great connecting your experience as an apartment manager in the sales process.
Yeah.
You go through when you
helped a lot.
When you trying to rent a unit, how you don't go from the elevator to the close when they walk through the door.
Welcome to the building sign.
Here's the lease you'll be entering into today.
Right.
That would make someone like turn right back.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. You don't want to do that online either.
Right.
You want to kind of warm the person up, get their attention, of course, because one of the things I did not cover last week is the fact that we are, here in the U.S., we are, as a group of human beings, inundated by advertisements. Okay? I mean, how many billboards do you see flashing stuff in front of you all over the place, especially right here on the corner of Beverly and La Cienega?
Yeah.
I mean, 3rd and La Cienega. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've got, rent-a-car signs, you got the movie sign, and nowadays they have these movie signs, video billboards so they can show more than one ad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's get more money.
And you're sitting there, you forget about the green light, and you're just watching.
And people are honking right behind you, and you're still like staring into that. Okay, so anyways, so that's the real thing is we have people that are constantly being bombarded. You are being bombarded on a constant daily basis. Whether it's, going online, when you go to Google, you don't even realize that you're getting bombarded with ads there on the side, people trying to get your attention. So that's really, really important. We talked about headlines and about something that speaks to the wants, desires, and needs of the visitor you're trying to attract, i.e. your customer profile person. Right? Makes sense? Because you want to speak to them. Once you speak to them, they're engaged.
Yeah.
They're not like back to Google, on to find something else, right? So that's that we talked about, getting their attention with that headline. That is the attention getter. That headline should be so gripping that that back button becomes like it disappears, right? It's no longer an issue, and they start diving into the copy down below. And we talked about the states, and focusing on just one video doesn't necessarily get you the album sale, right? And the fact that we need to get more content on the site, period. So we covered a lot of stuff, even though I thought the biggest thrust of the whole thing was about the sales psychology, but we covered a gamut of things.
We did, yeah.
To basically the whole thing sums up to getting more per sale per customer.
Right.
Bringing the average sale total up,
Well,
so.
The biggest thing for my company that I took away was and almost something I was upset at myself about is not looking at the entire album, but being so excited about this video that we had produced, and it turned out extremely well, and it's a great video, and I'm still super proud of it, but using it to completely overshadow everything. And there's nothing
wrong.
The purpose.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You guys were proud of that.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why not to peacock the
But
thing.
then I feel like we cheated everyone out of hearing these other songs and realizing the benefit of these other songs.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Just because I do believe in this. You
right.
know? So
right.
like,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, this is not your expertise, online marketing.
Right.
So you cannot necessarily, I'm going to relieve you of the upsetness you caused yourself.
Okay, thank you.
You can't, you know, it takes someone who's been doing this. And, you know, I mean, it took me, you know, 5 years to really make a true, like, breakthrough,
Right.
you know, with the internet and starting a business and all that sort of stuff. Because I failed many, many times.
Right.
You know, I tried to create a product, or I was trying to do a Me Too product with web hosting, whatever. Anyways, we need to really get into this. So you've made an executive decision.
I have.
You are the person.
I'm
Zach.
the person.
Zach, what was
Alden.
it? Alden. Okay, gotcha.
ALDEN.
Right. We also talked about the fact that people love value. And we already talked about the fact that infomercials are there's no way there's not a bonus. It's either we're doubling your order today, but you got to order within the next 5 minutes, right? And let me tell you, you can order 10 hours later, and they're still going to give you the same deal.
5 minutes, yeah.
But the thing is that's what they're doing. They realize the fact that if you don't get the customer now, you don't get them to pick up the phone, people go on with their lives and they forget about what happened just a half an hour ago, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we're going on with the beat of life.
Yeah.
So once you have someone there, you want to make sure that you get them right away.
Right.
And one of the tipping points is through bonuses, like extra content. And did you get some extra? Did you uncover? Did you think about your extra content?
I came up with some bonus ideas.
Okay.
One is, you know, that you actually came up with when we talked last is, you know, shortening the video, using that as a bonus when they buy the CD.
There you go.
Then you could get the video.
Which means taking it off YouTube so that people can't real player it.
Right, exactly.
But there's nothing wrong with them real playering 20-second soundbite.
Right, which is fine.
To give them a sample, you want them to taste it. It's like going to the chocolate store.
Yeah.
They give you a sample so you buy more.
So, I mean, you know, they sample like a good chunk of the song, you know, 30 seconds of the song. Totally. 30 seconds to a minute. The other thing is that we're going to make T-shirts that have the individual puppets. Okay. The individual states. Okay. And so I was thinking, you know, buy the CD now and you get, and for whatever parent, like a parent can buy a T-shirt and then they get a matching T-shirt free for their child. Okay. So it's almost like a two for one kind of thing. Gotcha. What I want you to think about, though, is ease of delivery. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because then, I mean, you already have something set up with CD Baby where they mail out the stuff, you supply them with the stuff, and they mail it out. I don't know if you could supply them with T-shirts and they'll mail it out. I don't know either. Yeah. I think you can supply them with that, but you're going to drive your shipping costs up a little bit, I believe, with that. The other thing is, like I say, ease of delivery. You know, digital content. It could be 2 missing songs. Well, and also that was something else I put on there is I'm going to have the guys come up with a bonus song, and you know, that way, like you know, 1 or 2 songs that are like, you know, bonus songs for kids. Gotcha. So yeah. Gotcha. Okay, that's really good. So we basically covered everything here as far as your tasks go, and that's great. So what we need to get into right away is we need to start getting into what we're going to do today. Okay. So we've got packaging as far as what you're going to do. One of the things I did see is that when someone goes to buy now, and this is something, let's talk about this, it's about experience here. This is great.
that they come here, but see, you're now, of course, you're giving up control again to CD Baby in them closing the sale, right?
Oh,
you
in
see
other
what I'm
words,
saying?
They're not buying.
No. They're buying. I mean,
they're not
they're
buying
in the buy.
directly from me too.
It's not about buying directly from you. And
Uh-huh.
let me take you through this. Okay, so you know, we talked about my order page. Okay, over at inside nichebot pricing. No, actually, penny a day. Okay, so I take this and I put this in their voice. Yes, Jim, I seriously want to protect and grow my Google search engine rankings, and it goes without saying blah, 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 blah. So I'm basically closing them in the sale through their voice because it states what they want. I make sure to let them know that they're getting a risk-free money-back guarantee. Even if they spend 30 cents, they'll get it back if they're not happy, okay? So they have absolutely zero to lose.
Okay.
So one of the things as part of your packaging you may want to do is have a risk-free guarantee. You know, your child's going to love this, blah, 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 because that alleviates the risk a parent's taking.
Now, do you think off the top of my head, do you think in the, as far as the music world's concerned, if they do download it and then they burn it to a CD and then return it?
You know, a lot of people, for the price we're talking about, if they download it and then, say they want a refund, the parents that you're talking about, the profile you go for, I'm going to tell you that there are those people out there. I'm not going to lie about that because that's the real world. But the issue is that you're going to have more sales and overcome the resistance people may have with a guarantee than you are those tiny few petty thieves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's been my experience.
Okay.
I still have, I have people, see, here at nichebot we have a trial. People can take a trial so they can sample it for 30 cents for 30 days or 14 cents for 14 days or 7 cents for 7 days. Because they're giving up very little to try it to make sure that they like it. Make sure that they're going to use it, right? And that ultimately gives them the feeling of safety. But I have people that will try to take 2 trials and 3 trials and 4 trials to get it for cheap.
Right.
And that's why we actually have implemented the system where we try to catch cheaters.
Oh, okay.
And we do catch them, and I shut them down. So they don't get the full value out of their 30 cents,
Right.
And we have banned people. So, but the thing is that's very little.
It's very little. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is ultimately, do you see your ideal customer profile as being that type of person who's the petty thief?
No, because my ideal customer is honest.
There you go. Exactly. So does it really matter? So does it really matter? Do you think that they're going to cheat you?
No.
Exactly. So would you want to put them more at ease by having a risk-free money-back guarantee? Doesn't that show to you like confidence in your product?
Yeah.
It does to me.
Well, and I am very confident in it. So, I use it myself, so.
Exactly. So that's something I want you to think about.
Okay.
As far as the whole packaging that goes along with, selling the stuff.
Right. Okay.
But you see, I haven't yet here given up the control here on the order page. This is somewhat the order page, but it's not. It's just confirming what they want.
Right.
Okay. So this is where they get to choose. Do I want the silver, gold, or platinum package, right? So, I show them, what they're getting. They get their bonuses, blah, blah, blah. And then they hit the add to cart button to go to whatever they're going to buy.
Right.
Whereas here, they're actually having still to make a choice.
Right.
And they really don't have those factors there that say I'm going to get, you can say, you can buy by the one song or by the MP3 and tell them what they get.
Right.
And of course, that's what you're going to have to do on your site when we remodel the whole, remodel it and stuff. But see, you're still here giving them the choice.
Right.
So what you really want to do is, since they have the choice to buy one or the other here, let's say they want to buy the CD, okay? I wonder if there is, I'm sure there is some sort of a, I don't know if CD Baby does this, but there should be some way that you can have a direct link that adds a CD directly to the shopping cart. So they don't, you want them to make a decision right on your order page, or the order confirmation page, which is what you see here over at nichebot, okay?
Okay.
This is just like basically assuming they're my pricing today.
Okay.
Right? This is like, when you're reading it, it's my pricing today. It's very personal. And this is basically kind of almost like confirming, yeah, I'm signing up now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that they make the decision on your page what they get, and then they go to that product directly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So in other words, you want to say you have an order page, and then you go, wait, or you can inform them, when they're ready to order, your product, the Musical Stew album or track or whatever, that when they get to that confirmation page, they know they're going to get the bonus, and if they don't, they just order a song, they're going to just get the song, they're going to miss out on the bonus.
Right. Right.
Where they get the visual, this $27 valued video of States and Capitals as part of their album purchase. So they're getting, this extra value for their $12.99. They're not just getting this $12.99 album. They're getting literally like a $40 package.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that will tip them over the scale. They're going, man, $27 video. My child's going to learn visually, not just auditorial, not auditory,
Right, right.
And then you hook them straight to that. You make them choose, yes, I want this offer, and give them that option, I want the CD or this.
Right.
Or in small letters down at the bottom, it says, no, thank you. I just want to buy a song. Well, whatever. Okay? I want to choose which song I want to buy.
Right.
No problem. So you hook them straight to that page. It's almost like taking them straight to the order page. So, see, they have a way. See, this page gives them the way to not go for the CD because they're not isolated here. Anytime, see, one of the things here, in a way, even though I still have the menu up here, one of my order pages that I used to do, it takes all the navigation away and everything so that they only have the choice to fill out that page or they hit the back button.
Okay.
So you want to remove as many options as possible from them clicking away because people are click happy. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So let's move on. So that's one of the things you want to talk about, money back guarantee, and then we want to have a direct option, a confirmation sales page, an order confirmation page that takes them directly to the product. So you need to find out, one of your tasks is money back guarantee, how long, 30 days, okay, 90, even better.
Okay.
2, it's going to be find out if CD Baby has a direct link to add to shopping cart from your site. Okay. All right. So we also last week talked about the fact that this site right here is a WordPress site. It's not, I can log into the back end, change it, without having to, have some special program on my computer and all that sort of stuff. And we talked about getting Musical Stew completely done with that so that you can manipulate it whenever you want without having to go and deal with some, the whole point here is you're low budget right now, and you want to, and you don't want to have to spend that money. And even when you do get to the point where you're making, tens of thousands of dollars in sales, why would you want to go and have someone else do this for you? Even though you can, outsourcing and have a web designer, that's great. But it's good practice for you to know how to do it yourself first.
Yeah.
Because I learned all this stuff myself first before I shoveled it off to the web designer. So you know what I'm saying? So I can have, so I know that they know what they're doing.
Right.
It confirms for me. All right. All right. So we need to figure out, we talked about, I had you go over to, since I have a developer license for Studio Press, I asked you to go over there and take a look at the themes over there. So did you have a chance to look at which one you wanted as far as the theme?
I did have a chance to, browse through, and, I think one thing that maybe I'd asked you, I don't know if I forgot, is when I do these themes, am I able to keep kind of the same?
Absolutely. Did you see this site right here? The Be Crafty one. Look at
I did
this.
see that.
It
that
looks
was
sort
one
of
the
just
first
like
ones
yours.
I looked at, and I thought, God, that's so similar to the feel that it has now.
This is the demo right here. So, I mean, that really has the feel, but you also have the coolness of the drop-down menus.
Right.
And this really kind of has that sort of kid feel.
Yeah.
But yet it's sophisticated at the same time.
Right.
And
yeah,
you see,
which is great because
you've got the social.
They're
stuff
already
here.
there. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all built in. So some of this stuff.
Why did you get a web designer?
And look at. Yeah, exactly. Why did you pay for that web template? Yeah. But see, a lot of people don't realize this with WordPress, and I'm bringing that to light with you.
Yeah. So,
I mean, look at this. I mean, all this cool stuff you get.
Yeah.
You don't have to know how to do any of this stuff. It's almost, it's crazy. So, and what's really cool is someone can search your site too, because you now, with WordPress, it's a database-driven site. Okay. And you see, look at this curtain down here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's very much like sort of this curtain right here, the reverse curtain.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you almost wouldn't have to do much to customize the site.
Right.
So have you picked one, or is that?
Actually, this was one of my choices, and if you go back to the, it's funny you picked that one because that was the first one I said, oh my God, it's exactly like. Let's see. I probably should have marked it and then shown you.
Okay.
No, go down. Sorry, scroll down.
There's certain ones that I think are in the community. These are community themes.
Yeah, there was.
No, this is actually part of the whole theme package. Oh, was it?
I think it was the family tree. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I thought the going green one was a cool little theme too.
Gotcha. Okay, so you need to basically. I like this. This is kind of very soft.
Yeah.
It's feminine. So,
hello
customer profile.
Yeah.
The customer profile.
Which I know that housewife isn't like the, there's the housewife and these days there's the house husband, but I just think that, there still is, it's a very mom-driven market,
Yeah. And that's the thing is if 90% of your market is
it's so hard to say that because I'm not trying to be sexist. You know what I mean?
No. But I mean, if you have, just watch out for the mic because it just a noise. It just it vibrates and it. Okay. But if you, it's me doing that. Hello. I'm moving the plastic underneath it. Anyways, so the thing is, it's like I said, 90% of the market is female,
Yeah.
and it's your primary target market, and 10% is that stay-at-home dad kind of guy.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, he's probably gonna be more in touch with his feminine side than most of those macho guys that don't make the decision and the woman does.
Well,
see what I'm
I
saying?
think it's being redefined. It's, he's gonna go to a site like this because he knows, well,
it looks like
these things will be. He'll know logically,
right,
that these things are geared towards the mom.
Right, exactly, and he's also going to know that
He's
also going to know that she's going to be more approving of this as well, because he's going to be sensitive to her needs,
right,
and he's going to be like, oh, this is a site that she would get.
I almost felt like I needed to do 2 different psychographics. One for the stay-at-home. I mean, but
you can still talk to both.
Right, exactly. Which is what I loved about that article. It was like, look, pick your ideal person. Doesn't mean you're not marketing to the other people out there.
Correct.
Just pick the person you can envision.
Right. And those people that aren't in that group are either going to join that group, that voice that because you're going to be speaking to them as a human. You're not going to be speaking to them as a female.
Right.
But
I'm still going to have that person in mind.
Exactly.
Right. So my voice will be one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, welcome, Shira,
welcome, stay-at-home mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to make a choice on which one it's going to be, and then basically we can start building it out.
I definitely enjoyed the family tree. There was the Go Green one. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
No.
But I don't want to spend too much time.
No,
on it.
I picked 3. So I don't know. There was something cool about this one that it was just very. I like the colors.
Earthy.
It's very straightforward. I could see myself like picturing and blogging, and then, what I liked was also the calendar feature because, down the road when we start, because I have a plan to maybe do some performances at schools and stuff like that.
Well. The other themes will also have the ability.
Oh, they will. Okay.
Yeah. See, what's really cool inside of.
I like this one because it's so It's like.
Right. It's all sort of like, it's almost like a newsletter type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what's really cool about WordPress is these are basically like each section here. WordPress has this thing called its widgets. Basically, you just it says calendar. You click on it and drag it to the widget side.
Okay. Now,
so you can you can rearrange, put the calendar up here and put recent posts down here. Yeah. Whatever you want. And what's really cool, it's drag and drop. So there's no coding.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I always like. That's why I'm a Mac guy.
Right. It's very straightforward, simple. So you need to make a decision on this, and then we can move forward and start customizing. Basically, we will make this a musical stew, blah blah blah.
Okay.
One of the things I think we also need to talk about real quick is also like a byline. A byline for your.
Well, I guess 3 would be pick a site, right? Pick a template.
Oh yeah. Pick a template, and then we can move forward with developing and customizing a new site. 4 is what was it I just said?
Byline.
A byline. Okay. So let's do a byline. I don't want to spend but maybe 2 minutes on this. Musical stew, here's an example. Musical stew, educational, entertainment, kids, educational entertainment for life. something like that.
Right.
So you want to have like a byline, like something that that describes your, describes you, it's like a slogan.
Mm-hmm.
Your
That's when I filed for the LLC,
Uh-huh.
I had done children's educational entertainment, which is
right, but something.
But I got you for
You want to do something catchy though,
right?
Something that and the visitor gets it right away.
Right.
Okay. So if you have any questions about that, just let me know.
Okay.
Like for instance, nichebot. Nichebot is a keyword research tool, and what we do is we bring together all these different databases instead of someone using one and being narrowly focused.
Okay.
They use all different databases so they can get different keywords from different sources, and they're not missing something.
Okay.
Because you could find something in one database you're not going to find in another. Make sense?
Yeah.
So our byline was finds exactly what people search for. Does that explain basically? Yeah. Does that tell you exactly what it does? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so that's your example there. And then we've got WordPress. And now one of the things we need to do, because we have 12 minutes for this to wrap this up, you're going to need to start, because in order to prepare for creating this copy that you're going to prepare for talking to your consumer, right, you also want to keep in mind what is anybody else in this space doing right now, right? Okay. I mean, I'm sure without a doubt, without questioning, there are people selling kids music that is educational stuff.
I think we're the first.
I mean, dude, you're going to coordinate the market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to know.
Adept.
Right. But you want to remember we talked about getting involved, what you're going to be doing with, getting out in the community, in the space, reading blogs and commenting, that sort of stuff. Maybe even we talked about doing articles and responding to a blog post on your own site, and then having a link from the blog post in the comment section over to your site, kind of directing and funneling visitors. But kind of lost where I was going here. We want to find out who your competition is, and we also want to start analyzing the market. What are people talking about? You want to tap into that customer profile. Okay. Even though you know who your customer profile is, you want to confirm things out there. Okay. And one of those tools we talked about, remember, is the Digo tool. Okay. Remember this tool? Remember we talked about the Digo tool, which allows you to bookmark and highlight.
Oh yeah.
And it keeps all your bookmarks and highlights online. Okay. So what we want to do is you want to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and log in with my stuff, and I'm done. And this allows you to, we talked about highlighting and saving for later use, so that when you're on a blog and you are reading someone's comments, you can kind of pick up on one concern. You want to be able to highlight that with the Digo tool. Okay? So make sure you pick up that. It's either, you can pick it up at Digo, which is the toolbar, or if you use a browser that has extensions, it allows you to install an extension on. I'm sure they have one for just about any platform.
Right.
All right. So what you then need to start doing is you need to go out and start looking, and you're going to have to search with Google, like kids, educational, see, videos is one of the searches. So we can start looking, here we go, Brain Pop, okay, animated educational site for kids. Boom. You now probably have one of your, competitors here, okay?
Right.
Because let's face it, okay? People aren't just going to be looking at your
Right.
site. They're going to be looking at somebody else's, and they're going to be weighing the decision. And oh wow, this guy has this one thing, but oh, Zach has this other thing, and he's so personable. And I feel like I'm connecting with a person. Hello, versus this site. I'm not really connecting there, even though I like their stuff. Okay. And obviously you have a very focused product, whereas this site right here has a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Okay, someone can go anywhere with this. Yours is more about, life.
Right.
Life lessons type stuff, and, well, states and capitals, which is educational. So once we're here, we can look around, but we want to make sure to first bookmark this. So we bookmark it, and then we put a tag on it.
Okay.
So what your tag's going to be is whatever you want, whatever you're going to be able to go back to your Digo account and go to that tag, and it'll have all your listings. So what do you want to call it?
What do I want to?
This is just an example. You're going to do that. So you need to put a tag on it.
Okay. So would it be a description for each site, or would it be?
No, it's just a common tag that you're going to use that you'll be able to locate in your Digo account.
Oh, I got you.
When you click on the tag, it's like something like, remember the tags they used over at YouTube?
Yeah.
Like, what was that one?
Well, I guess I would do it like competitor children's site.
Well, let's say, okay, let's just do, kids education. Okay, so, or just, whatever you want, or you could just use all in one word musical stew.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So every site that goes into your Digo account, you'll have this tag, musical stew. You click on that tag, and it reveals all your research.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So we hit save, and now that's saved under that. What's really cool, too, about Digo is that there are people that have put tags on the site. You can read these to see what people...
Oh.
I don't know why it's not working. Oh, here we go. So this website has a ton of educational videos, blah, blah, blah. So Digo actually allows people to put sticky notes on a site so that you could read what are the people. Oh, go to science section to see my next thoughts. So users of the Digo community can put sticky notes on sites that you'll get to read. No one else gets to read that's not part of the Digo community.
Oh, interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
I like that. Well,
useful tips sort of thing.
A great marketing tool too.
It's great. I mean, because you're going to learn a lot more where to go and what people are thinking as they're going through these sites.
You should check out that site, Musical Stew.
Exactly. So you need to go through and locate 25 competitors.
Oof.
Typing in search terms and locating 25 competitors. Okay?
Okay.
6, you're going to go through google.com, blog search, and locate 15 on-topic blogs. Okay, so you're going to go to, let's go to Google. Back to Google we go. Okay, so you type in, kids educational videos.
What could we?
And then what we do here is we click the more button,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it says blogs here. And we click blogs. And this will give you kids educational videos, and this gives you blogs that are, that are related to your stuff.
Okay.
People are talking about stuff. Ah, look, this person's site is not on there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we go back.
Not competition.
Well, this is not necessarily for finding competition. This is finding a community of people that are talking about
children.
Exactly. So here's one. Maybe you want to take a look at Kids iZone. You see people right here?
Yeah.
Comments. And you want to take note of what these people, my 3-year-old grandson, see, this is now a grandmother talking, but still, it's part of your customer profile. Grandmas are just as passionate about their grandkids as moms are about their own kids.
Right.
Okay. So, this is where, Digo comes in help. You could go, why would anyone say da-da-da, whatever. You could find a thought and then you want to highlight it.
Okay.
You click the Digo thing and then it hit highlight. Now you've got, whenever you come back to this page, that particular thing's going to be highlighted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
that's what you need to do. You need to go through, find that. Now, the other thing you need to do as well, I can't believe this, some of this, 5 most excessively creepy children's educational videos. I'm hoping one day you can make that list. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, solar systems for kids. Okay, why education is important for kids. Okay, this is something, it could be a blog. I don't know, but you have to go through and check it out. Are people, down here, are they commenting? So is this a blog? Does it have enough content? Is it something you need to be aware of? Okay.
Right.
Yes. So this, I could tell you, is a WordPress site.
it is.
It is a WordPress site because I could tell right here.
Right.
You can log in, WP login.
You
see what I'm saying?
It is.
Yeah, it's a dead giveaway. Anyways, so every WordPress site has what's called an RSS feed. Okay, and it's a way. It's almost like a way. RSS stands for really simple syndication, and it's a great way for people to find out. You see what it looks like. It's gibberish to you, but every time this site it's basically like a news feed. And even sites like Yahoo and Google News, they all have these feeds. And what this allows you to do is to use what I need you to do is to sign in real quick to your Google account. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
So you want to sign into your Zach, Hummell, whatever?
Right.
All right.
Oh, is it? Yeah, cool. Just make sure.
All right, excellent. So we do not want to save this. There we go. Put that off. Put that off. Okay. So there's a bunch of stuff here, obviously, more than just Gmail for
Right.
Google. But one of the things I'm sure you probably never thought about is Google has a thing called Google Reader. And this is a tool that allows you to keep track of sites. And basically, you can put your favorite, news things in here, your news sites. You could put your favorite, entertainment sites, your favorite auditioning sites, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you like, your stuff, and you could break it up into different items. So you click basically on the subscribe thing. Okay? So it says enter a search term to find feeds or paste a feed URL. Okay, feed URL, which is what we just talked about. We've got this one right here. So this is a feed. You see it says even up here, feed. Okay? So we grab this feed and we hit the Control X button, or you can right click and hit cut. So we've now cut it so we can paste it into Google Reader. Okay, so we click this and then we hit add. Done. And you see it comes up right
so
here.
now when I go on my Google, I can go to the site at any point kind of thing?
Well, this is not really, well, yes, in a way, but you've now got access to this. So now you go through this, and you see how the count has gone from 4 to 2. Now it's going to go down to 1 because it believes you've just read all these items.
Oh, I see.
So now you no longer have any more items on this page to read, right?
Okay.
Okay, so you've consumed everything right now up to date on this blog, right?
Okay.
Got it? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got oh, here it is. Okay. So why education is, these are your subscriptions right here.
Okay.
Okay. And you can sort them into different topics, different folders, okay? But whenever a new blog post gets done, you don't have to keep going back to that site. You just come to your Google Reader and you see what is new for the day. So this is like your daily news.
Oh,
right?
that's great.
So you can actually put in like your favorite CNN,
Right.
feed, for, whatever,
Right.
any show, whatever. Whenever there is a new blog post, this picks it up, and it's going to be right in here. It'll be lit up with how many news stories there are for today, and you need to get going. So that's what you need to do is you need to put your 15 on-topic blogs, their feed, into Google Reader. And we did not have a chance to cover opt-in lists and support, which we can cover next time.
All right. Sorry about that. I think this is probably plenty for me to...
No, definitely plenty. I mean, it's just what I wanted to cover here with you today.
Okay.
And that is basically, real quick, 2 minutes, opt-in list, which is basically, we talked about this last week, being able to contact your people later.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give them, the 4 tips, the 4 things your kids need in order to gain traction with life lessons, whatever.
Right. Right.
You can give that in an email series.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've signed up for an email list, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You sure?
Yeah.
Positive with that? Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And no, they
wait.
probably, sometimes
Yeah.
they probably gave away something, right? They gave away something, some education or something that educated you about the product, or it was sale prices or something,
I'm
but
always
they gotta,
deleting those things. Yeah.
right. So it works, right?
Yeah,
and I'm sure you purchased something off an email.
Recently, I just this morning purchased something
Gotcha.
because of those. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's one thing we can talk about next week. But we really do need to, in the meantime, between this week and the following week, we need to get that WordPress site set up, and then we'll have my web division, my website design division, take care of customizing that with the Musical Stew existing stuff. So
that's amazing.
Yes.
Great.
So you need to get me that. We'll set that up. And then we'll talk about support, how you're going to be able to handle support with WordPress. There's actually a plugin that allows you to have your customers, if once you have a customer, they come to your site and they want to, get in contact with you because they have an issue with the disk or something like that.
Right.
This will give you a way to have a support ticket system. I'm sure you've submitted something to someone, and you've got a support ticket number, which is a way of keeping track. And plus, because there's WordPress, this is WordPress, and I told you can have different users to log in. You can have other people log into WordPress and then take care of that support for you. So it allows you to grow outside of yourself.
Right.
Without having to give up your own credentials, your login credentials to this site.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I remember we went over that.
Great.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll cut this off right here, and we'll see you guys next week.